I'll give you prime example. Amazon bill. Amazon bill, they said they spent $40,000, right? Mm-hmm. And they alluded to, it's the mayor. It's Tiffany. Tiffany don't $40,000 in one day. I don't do shit with credit cards. Nothing with credit cards. Nothing with money at all. It just bothers me because it's just the lies they tell and I start getting attacked, right? Oh, for a lie. And like the lady said before, she's right. You get attacked and gotta fight the lie, and you start to tell them, I didn't do it. It's not me.
You know, I woke up this morning and I told myself today is gonna be a memorable day. You know, we have Martin Luther King Day. You know what I'm saying? We have the inauguration that took place. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of memorable things taking place. But I never thought that today would be memorable due to Tiffany Henyard. Jesus Christ, if you will. Now, if you don't understand that joke, you'll understand very soon, because she seems to refer to herself as Rosa Parks, Martin Luther King. She does that. But now today, in this meltdown of an interview that we're about to go through, Tiffany can't help but to refer to herself as to who she really thinks she is. Jesus of Dalton. Okay? And I mean, she's come down to save us. To wash away our sins. Tiffany Henyard, the people's mayor, hair hat Tubman, here to save the day. But anyways, without getting too far ahead of myself, let's go ahead and check out what happened today, okay? Tiffany Henyard went on the most softball interview that I've seen in a long time. It was even worse than the Roland interview. You know what I'm saying? She went up there and they literally coddled her and led her through the difficult questions. The interviewer always would say, oh, before you answer that, Tiffany, let me contextualize this for the listener, okay? And then she'll go through a whole rant. The shit is hilarious. But without further ado, let's go ahead and check out Tiffany Henyard live on television, Meltdown. Let's go ahead and do this. You're not my halo, Angel? I thought you were my halo.
So you had some decent leadership, but then you decided to run for trustee. What made you run?
Well, again, I've always been a leader, so I took on the role of block club president. So on my block, I always try to get the neighbors engaged, make sure you know your neighbor. When we went to school and got out, sometimes we go to the neighbor house, and that's the thing that I wanted to do.
She would be the controlling ass president of some type of association. Before she got into politics, Tiffany was annoying. Okay, best believe it. You know the whole homeowners association thing, and they're always bothering people, and there's always these viral videos. Oh yeah, I could see Tiffany doing that in her retirement. She would love that. Listen, if she has power over an individual that is human, Tiffany Henyard is getting her rocks off. She loves that shit. Let me control some shit. Oh my God. And then she found out that she could make money by telling people what to do in politics. Come on now. It was a slam dunk. It was a slam dunk for her. This was the only thing meant for her.
That basically unity amongst community and us building one another. So when my parents went home, we'd go to neighbor's house, they'd feed us, they'd help us with our homework, things of that nature. So the issue was over a tree. It's that simple. It was over a tree. We wanted a tree cut on the block, but it wasn't on our property, it was on someone else's property. I went to a board meeting and I asked them, hey guys, we have a tree, it's messing up the plumbing, it's leaning over in the street where we dance and do our routines at. Can you please come and cut it down? And basically, when I went, they flickered me off. They said, "I'll sit down. What you talking about, little girl?" Because I was young. I was a teenager at the time. And from there, it got me interested in government. Because I didn't know who ran our city. I didn't know what that looked like. And when I saw just all old people, no youth, nobody that can actually be our voice and understand what.
And that might just be a cautionary tale for government in the future. There's a fine line between too old and too young. You get a dumbass like Tiffany, she might fuck some shit up, okay? In my head, when she went over there, right? This is what really happened in my mind. When she had that tree situation, it's messing up the plumbing and all that shit. She went over there to argue. And it really pumped her up. She went over on the stand and she was arguing about this tree, and they told her, shut the fuck up. Go sit down, okay? But it planted a seed in her mind. She said, I could make money by arguing? You know, and then she started to download shit. She started to look at paperwork. She was like, hold on. Fuck Good Burger, that failure of a business. Let me go and be a trustee, and I can just get paid to argue with people. It's my passion anyway. You know, it's a beautiful story. It's a beautiful tale of how Tiffany came into office.
What we want, I ran for office. Now, don't get me wrong, that kicked me off the ballot when I first ran. I didn't know the game, didn't know nothing. I was so young, what the hell it is, didn't know nothing. So then after that,
you know, I was looking for that too, right? There's never any history, so y'all getting some real exclusive.
Yeah.
When you knocked off the ballot, this is though you ain't never ran.
Right.
I've been kicked off the ballot. So you got knocked off the ballot, but you got back up.
I did. Dust yourself off, try again, as a leader say. Yes.
Okay, so tell me, so when I think of you and you fill in the blanks, when you think of Zuccarelli, I think of the Z team, right? Now, the boss had the Z team. Were you a part of that apparatus, or did you become ingratiated?
Well,
Did they find you once you got knocked off the ballot?
well, they did, but I never joined, like, per se, the Z team. I was a part of it, but from afar. Because I just can't go status quo on my own person. So I've always helped when they call for us to go get signatures, things of that nature.
And I'm going to pause it right there. She finally made trustee, right? She finally gets up in there and she said, were you part of the Z team? Corny ass name, by the way. But anyways, the Zuccarelli team, were they fucking with you? That's the main question. No, they weren't fucking with her. They did not like her, okay? She said she doesn't like to be a part of the status quo. Do you understand what that means, Tiffany? Or did you just hear it from a movie? You know what I'm saying? Bro, you're in politics to rub shoulders in a very kind way. You make friends and we create allies and we do politics. If there's one person that nobody likes within politics, what happens, bro? They get kicked the fuck out. And that's what's about to happen to her. That's the definition, in my opinion, of politics is networking, creating relationships, business relationships, okay? Expanding assets through those relationships. You know what I'm saying? What type of assets or support does Tiffany have? Next to zero, bro. So anyways, we move forward. You know, we have the whole inspirational speech about Tiffany finding her true passion in politics and annoying people. But then we finally get to a break because this is live radio, right? So we go on breaks here and there. But I find it funny that, you know, there's this big radio station. It's like the Breakfast Club. You got the mics, you have the live stream going, you know, you have the comments coming in. There's a lot of things happening in this production for a radio station, right? But I find it hilarious, and I think Tiff pissed this lady off. She's talking kind of just casually, maybe dropping a few F-bombs here and there, and then looks up and realizes, oh, Tiffany's recording, and then just stops talking. It's like Tiffany doesn't know how to read the room. She's so obsessed with herself or obsessed with having some sort of support that doesn't really exist. She brings her little live stream into this whole production, getting a little sneak content.
Stay with us. We'll be back.
You're listening to Career Patrick.
I thought about that last night. Everybody should stay their ass at home. Shit.
Still live? Okay.
Yeah, everybody. I did all the summits. Don't come, man. Ain't none of y'all come. No. So when we come back, you know, and I'm trying not to look at that shit, but when we come back,
No, people don't know. They just write anything.
and I put 50 fucking worse minutes, but watching this documentary and I hear, yeah, because when you decided to do something different. Oh. So, yeah, when we come back, we'll talk.
I'm telling you, that has to be the most awkward pause. I don't know whose eyes caught who. I don't know if Kamal was like, hey, you're on live. I don't know if Tiffany gave her the cue, but she shut the fuck up and realized, oh, this live stream is fully on. I don't know how tacky that is, bro. You tell me if I'm just nitpicking at this point, but I feel like that's the most tacky shit. You have your boyfriend up in here with the camera close to his chest recording everything, and they can't even really gather what they're about to do for the next segment because it's all recorded. And I know, what's her name right here? I know she don't want people to know that she supports Tiffany like that. So she'll keep those thoughts to herself. All right, so now we move on to like the actual issues. We talk about Tiffany's background. We see what's happening. We see the atmosphere. Me personally, I think Tiffany either paid this woman to give her an interview or knows this woman from a long time ago, because these questions are so softball and so catered for Tiffany. It's almost laughable. Even when they go on live, there's almost like a firewall in between Tiffany and the speaker. Tiffany doesn't just go off the cuff. She's always stopped by the interviewer to kind of give some contextual benefits to the listener. It's like, lady, shut up. Let's hear what Tiffany has to say, right? But anyway, let's move forward to what Tiffany really has to say about her side of what's going on in Dalton.
I just want to talk about facts, guys, because I see you all on the live line, 773-591-1690. But when we talk about moving the needle, you can't do that as just the mayor.
Correct. And I'm going to add to that. Right now, things that residents don't know, they hear it right here on your show, because I'm going to talk about this on my live. My board, right now, the corrupt board that's trying to run against me now, have stopped me. I don't have a village attorney.
Correct.
I don't have a police chief.
Correct.
I don't have a fire chief. And I don't have a village administrator. All these things, or an assistant. As a mayor, all that come with my seat. Why don't I have those things, residents? If we gonna talk about facts, let's talk about facts. So the people that's been running government for Dalton has been the Board of Trustees. We've always been in court because they sue for every little thing. We get tied up in court. You know how it go. Kick the can down the road. Okay, get them tied to a response. And then now you month after month after month in court. For all these things I sued for. We did, it's called a civil conspiracy. With they little bum attorney, they always want some news play. That's who's they puppet master. So all these things are going on in my city. But I'm the only one fighting back.
I thought Napoleon Harris was the puppet master. You know, now it's their lawyer. Everybody's the puppet master. Listen. It don't matter if it's the white man or the black man. She's talking shit about Napoleon Harris. Oh, he's the puppet master. Oh, well, it's because the white man is connected to Napoleon Harris and they're telling him to tell them to tell them. Come on, bro. Bro, it's not that serious, okay? They're not being controlled by their lawyer. They're not being controlled by Napoleon Harris. You're just a bad fit and a thief. Do I have to remind you the $40,000 on Amazon? And we're going to get to that. Just hold on. Need I remind you? You know what I'm saying? They're talking like the lawyers in their fucking heads. Come on, bro. Get the fuck out of here.
Just because there's majority against me don't mean I'm wrong. I'm the one right. Just like how y'all did Jesus Christ, right? He the only one that saved y'all like y'all crucified at me. I'm going through the...
Let's go ahead and rewind that. That's a deep statement. Hold on.
Majority against me don't mean I'm wrong. I'm the one right. Just like how y'all did Jesus Christ, right? He the only one that saved y'all like y'all crucified at me.
Just like y'all did Jesus Christ. Tiffany, are you Jesus? Guys, this might be Jesus Christ reincarnated as a weave-wearing, ignoramus mayor that I don't even know how she got up there. Really? She was like, just like y'all did Jesus Christ. Man, listen. That you are not Jesus, man. You're the furthest thing from Jesus. I would say you're more so of a Lucifer, you know what I'm saying, to Dalton. But she really thinks that she's that. She wholeheartedly is comparing herself to Jesus Christ right now, which is insane to me.
I'm the one right. Just like how y'all did Jesus Christ, right? He the only one that saved y'all like y'all crucified at me. I'm going through the same thing.
Y'all crucified that man. She's talking like Jesus Christ just got killed 10 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Like, and y'all crucified that man because he was bringing y'all to truth and life.
So let's talk about that, because no pun intended. You claiming that you've been a pinata, right?
Yes.
Ain't no candy coming out, y'all, so stop beating on her. Listen, at the end of the day, the cabal is in, and you haven't been effective, which is probably was the goal, right? I'm going to assume the latter. The goal was to, technically, you look ineffective, but you look real strong to me, right? You look like you're still holding it down, despite the lack of people put in play if you really cared about Dalton, you would at least have people in play to make it effective. Whether they agree with your politics or what you have to say, there are some missing attributes to have the ship run afloat.
And I love how she just comes and tries to clean everything up. Ma'am, you can't save this train wreck. I know she paid you to talk nice about her, and you have good radio skills because you are taking a train wreck and trying to turn it into not a train wreck. But guess what? It's still a train wreck. Okay. She said Tiffany related herself to Jesus Christ, and she tried to real smoothly maneuver Jesus Christ into her being beat up by a piñata. No. Let's clarify it, Miss W. Vaughn. She said she's being crucified like Jesus Christ, not getting hit like a piñata. I know you're trying to save face for Tiffany. You're trying to just scoot the narrative to piñata. No, she said Jesus Christ. Jesus Cristo. Not piñata. Okay? Just saying.
And we are back. The time is 10:21. And I want to start a fight. So listen, guys, I am reading the comments and it is going up like a crescendo. You know, everybody's entitled to their opinion about our first guest. But we are coming out the gate swinging because you don't sit down with everybody.
No.
And I don't take that lightly, and neither does our CEO. So please understand that this was a collective decision from the boss of all bosses, Melody Span Cooper, because she also agrees that we do need to hear what you have to say. And it ain't going to come from mainstream media. It's just not. And authentically, you're going to bring it just like you are now. Unrehearsed and uncoerced. Tiffany.
Unrehearsed.
Right? And, you know, some of the accusations, I went down in the weeds of, you know, I'm not asking you the hardball questions. What other hardball question is why you won't quit, bro? Like, I mean.
Wow, that's the hardest ball fucking question I've ever heard in my life. Guess what, ma'am? My bad. That's our bad. Okay? She's seeing all these comments flood her thing saying that she's giving shitty ass softball 12-year-old questions. No pushback, no nothing. Tiffany calls herself Jesus Christ. No pushback. We call it a piñata. You know what I'm saying? Like, no pushback, okay? And I find it funny. Her response to those comments is, well, I mean, I asked her, why doesn't she quit? I mean, what's harder than that question? What's harder than that? I already asked her the hardest question I could think of. Why hasn't she quit? Isn't that so hard of a question? No, let's ask different questions. Let's ask about bank accounts. Let's ask about trips and vacations out to Vegas. Let's ask about different things. No, the hardball question was, why have you not quit? That's what she said. That's what the interviewer said, not me. That shit's hard, though.
I came out the gate just asking, like, you know, out of all of this, why not walk away? Like, what other, you know, between...
Why don't you ask her if she knew about Andrew Holmes's sexual activities before the Vegas trip? Or did you feel as if Andrew Holmes was, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's do something. Like, did you hear information about what happened before it came to the media? Do you think it was a good idea to fire Phinia Dukes? We could ask some questions. No. Why haven't you quit yet, Tiff? That's the hard, like, you know, people hate you, and I just want to know, why haven't you quit?
The accusation, so I want us to understand, I created a formula. That's the nerd in me, I can't help it. I created a formula because this is what we want. When we dive into sensational journalism, we've made a decision. You know, either you for or against, or bottom line, she done stole something. They ain't writing all of this just cause you did something. And if I was to examine anything you did, is the accusation of you being Tiffany from the block, was that so repulsive? Mm-hmm. Because they liked it in 2013. Right? They liked it in 2017.
Correct.
But one thing that we know, because this is what I was going to walk us into, is some of the regrets, is that everybody don't like it the same way all the time.
And that's where she's going to lead into her question. Okay. The biggest question that everybody really wants to hear, where do you think you went wrong and how can you fix it? Okay. This is not a trick question. Where is the specific place that you think you went wrong and how are you going to fix that? Right. But guess what? There's one problem. There's one caveat to this question. Tiffany can do no wrong. She's never been wrong. You just don't understand, or you're uneducated. You uneducated shit. Get some education, okay? So let's hear what she has to say about what would you have done differently. Let's check it out.
And at some point, you lost people. And you wouldn't be seeking re-election if you wasn't trying to find them again. Some of them are permanently gone. So what about the evolution of Tiffany are people subscribing to? Because controversial, in battle, whatever verbiage we want to use, you ain't went away. So I don't know, Anna, what other harder questions is there to ask somebody to stand in humility and tell the WVON listening audience where you went wrong, because everybody, and I want to be clear, falls short of the glory. And if somewhere you lost people, where did you lose them, and how are you going to find them again?
So by telling my truth, this is step one. Coming out, speaking out, talking about it publicly, because a lot of times people don't really hear me talk about things publicly. As a leader, we can't dive into every he say, she say comment or question. And majority of the time, I answer their questions. They may not be following me, but then they come to a different venue. I may ask the same question I answered a month ago or 2 days ago. So I can't get caught in that.
Now, before this word salad really starts to fog your brain, because I can feel the fog coming over my brain, the question was, where did you go wrong? What did you do wrong? What will you do to fix it? Has the answer been answered? Has the answer been given? No. No. She just talks about all the shit she has done. Okay? She never even mentioned anything that she could have done wrong. You know why? She didn't even hear that, because Tiffany can do no wrong. The word gone wrong doesn't exist in Tiffany's brain. So how could she answer that question? You know, common sense, guys.
I still gotta focus on my vision, my goals for my city and my township, and also grow. And then be a mom and be a girlfriend. Like, all these things matter. But people tend to forget we're human. People gonna make mistakes. People might not do it your way, but it's their way, it's their story. You let them walk their path. But you want us to walk your way. We put our shoes on the same way, but we might tie our shoe different. But we get to the same goal, but it's your way. So let me be creative in my moment, in my government, and I bring a different, what I want to say, bias to it. I might dance, I might sing, but I'm relatable, and that's what they don't like. I'm relatable to the youth. I am having kids state they want to be.
Now, what they don't like is, you know, people allegedly coming onto them and drugging them, and Tiffany fires you. What they don't like is taxes going up. What they don't like is when there's a deficit in the community and you start lying to people saying there's a $9 million surplus. That's what people don't like. You know what I'm saying? So when she says she's relatable, she's different. You know, tie the shoe, it's the same thing, different shoe tire, whatever the fuck she's saying. That's all bullshit. People don't like you specifically because you're a thief. Specifically because you have shitty business practice. That's why they don't like you. The dancing, that's what got you in office. The stupidness that you were doing, that's what made people think you were relatable. You're right. They don't like you because you're a thief.
A mayor. Matter of fact, they want to be a super mayor. Kids that never thought of government or knew what it was. I used to go into the schools and speak to every kid, especially about their mental health. I did a mental health tour throughout Thornton Township, and we used to jump from every school. We talked to the kids. I took D-Lo with me. He sang with them, and we got a lot of people that opened up and got help from Thornton Township. But they don't talk about that. They don't talk about that side of Tiffany, the caring side, the nurturing side, the mom side, the one that want to see kids do better, be better, and the ones that want to give the resources, make sure you got food on the table. Hey, it's $8 now. Who can afford that? We got a whole food pantry. Why don't we have food today in the pantry? Because people playing politics with government. People not coming to board meetings. People miss over 8, now 10 board meetings. Why? We ain't talking about they should lose your seat, let alone get paid. You're not doing the job you got elected to do. When you neglect the people, it's time to go. You should
So talk to me about that. So, you know, because you highlighting some facts. Now, there has been a debacle in your administration, to say the least, yes. Right? As to why people not showing up, whether it's based off your leadership You didn't elect them, the people did to represent them. And if that is their protest, it still is ineffective and it impacts and hurts the people. So that is the equation, and that's undeniable. But what I want to get to, for those that are really trying to connect with you, is where did you fall short? Tiffany from the block rose to become trustee, then mayor of Dalton, then the evolution of supervisor of Thornton Township, ergo super mayor. All of that happened in less than 10 years. But the evolution of you is where folks are questioning some of the decisions, right? Some of the allegations, whether it is your police department and the loss of the fleet, your desire and need for protection and security, some of which is valid because you've had credible threats, and some of the choices, right? Where did you fall short?
When I didn't do what people wanted me to do.
Yeah, Tiffany's never gonna change, folks. Never gonna change. Never, never, never. She can never do no wrong. But let's skip ahead from that stupidness and let's go to some of the calls, because somebody, digging through people's business, as Tiffany would say, brought up her boyfriend, and ooh, she got mad. Tiffany got mad. Let's check it out.
People just seeing your story. So let's talk to Justin. Justin, what say you? Welcome to WVON.
The man goes on to say about wanting to be a role model to our young people, but I'm wanting to know, people with a married man, is that a role model?
So is that your fact, or is that an allegation that you're spewing? Which is it, Justin?
It's a fact.
Thank you so much for that call. You don't have to respond to that if you don't want to.
You don't have to respond to that if you don't want to. It's a live television show. Tell me that Tiffany didn't pay these people to give her good publicity. Tell me that. Tell me that with a straight face. The man was respectful. He said, you see yourself as a role model, right? Well, what do you tell people that when they find out that you're sleeping with a married man? Is that much of a role model? Okay, Tiffany, you don't need to answer that. Which it's a question, and she's a public figure. She said it herself. I am a public figure. So answer the damn question. But no, again, she has this little firewall to protect her. So if she wants to answer the question, she can. But if it's too overwhelming, don't worry. W. Vaughn will get shit covered for you. She'll radio her way out of that question. But luckily, she does answer like a moron. Let's check this out.
Want to. So let's talk. Do you want to?
Oh, you want me to? Okay, this is where people get it twisted at, right? Everybody's so engulfed in my life that they don't even know what's going on. Just like anybody else, if they go through a divorce, that mean they can't date nobody. So people need to stop with the mess. If somebody's still attached to somebody and somebody won't let them go, how do you feel that person can't still live their life? So people need to stop using words of because somebody's married or whatever. I've been with Kamal for 4 years. 4 years we've been together. He's been going through a divorce for 4 years. And anybody that's fighting a divorce or going through things that you're fighting with your ex, y'all know what I'm talking about. So people need to stop worrying about my personal life and judge me on government. That's what I'm here for. I'm not here for you to talk about my personal life, because when we go home, when we talk to each other, guess what? It's me and him. It's nobody else's business. But yet everybody want to be in our business. I have a problem with that.
Do you think it's because you're a woman?
I do.
No, it's not.
Because if a man did, y'all won't have a problem with it.
No, it's not. They would spread rumors about anybody they don't like. Now, the thing is, if it's a very likable person, maybe the rumor might not spread too much. But guess what? People don't like you. People hate you, Tiffany. So, of course, they're going to dig into that. They're going to call in and say you're fucking a married man. And guess what? It kind of, from outside value, it looks like you're fucking a married man. Just be real with us, Tiff. Again, if you're a freaky freak and you don't give a fuck about none of that shit, let us know. At least we not support. At least we could respect you for it. She's over here trying to break it down, trying to make it sound good. You're fucking a married man. And he has kids. Okay? Just be real with us, okay? She gets so mad about that. And I think she gets that angry because she knows it's true, and she knows like she's not a role model, and she knows that she is giving a bad example to her daughter, and she knows all this shit. But anyways, Let's move forward because it gets even better. After the whole question comes up, they go on break and you could tell her nerves are high. So what does she do to relieve stress? She pretends and LARPs to be a content creator. And that's what she does.
Hey guys, thank you for tuning in. I guess I'll keep going until I wrap it up, and then we're going to be out of here because you know I got to go campaign. You know what I do. So I just appreciate you guys for always following your super mirror. I hope I was able to answer a ton of great questions for people that need the answers to things. But guess what? With my personal life, mind your business. Mind your business. But other than that, I love you. Ain't nothing you can do about it. And stay tuned because this is Tiff on the Move. This is news you couldn't use. And I just want people to give me the opportunity to be heard and listen. Listen, Linda, listen. That's all I want. If you just do that, I think you're going to be great. And it's next turn. And basically, I have a whole forecasted vision.
She said she's going to be great on this next turn. She doesn't know it's term. Like mom. Term. But your ignorant shit-face ass doesn't know that. So she says, what? I'll do great on my next turn. And then she has the audacity to come on this interview and say she's smart. Tiffany, you're not street smart. You're not book smart. You're not nothing smart. You're dumb. You're a bag of fucking rocks. You're a pet rock. Okay?
For you to see. And you know, I'm going to produce that throughout Dawson. And I know the world's watching, so thank you so much. But I'm going to produce it. That way you can mimic it in your city near you. Okay? Thank you.
So she gets her nerves out by getting all her glazers and meat suckers on her little live stream. Because you know her live stream is the Big Bingo crew. They love her on her Facebook. You know what I'm saying? It's all Big Bingo. So she gets up there to get some confidence. She had to shake the nervousness off after that Kamal question. So before we close this, I need to end it off with my favorite troll, to be honest. If you guys remember the woman who said that Tiffany has such a beautiful daughter, and it's such a shame that you're a piece of shit mom, basically. Remember that lady? She always comes to the meetings. She always has her phone. She's arguing with the black guy in the white beard. You know that lady, right? She will not let Tiffany breathe. This woman called in just to attack her some more. And oh my God, it sent Tiffany off. This is what happens when Tiffany reads the negative comments. This is what happens behind closed doors that you don't see. Tiffany was fuming. Let's get into it.
Jennifer, let's take your call real quick. Welcome to WBON.
My question to Tiffany is, why was she fired a sexual assault victim that was sexually assaulted, allegedly, by one of her trustees and daughters? He is yet working, but she fired the victim. My question to her is, why would she fire a victim and keep a predator underpaid?
Now, Jennifer, before I let you go, I do want to, for those that are listening, I want to magnify alleged because he has not been found guilty, correct? I know that, but when you said a sexual predator, you still putting him as though he is, and he has not been found guilty yet, correct?
That's correct.
Okay, because I want to be mindful as a mother of two black boys. When we talk about this black man and this black woman, and the word allegation, until he's found guilty, I won't allow us to call him a sexual predator until I see the results of the finding of the jury of his peers. And I think that's only fair. So I thank you for your call. And she's going to respond, but I needed to contextualize that.
But do you notice how the lady calls Andrew home a rapist, basically, and instead of letting Tiffany just answer the goddamn question, she comes through and she has to contextualize for us. You know, you stupid shit. Let me contextualize for you just because your stupid brain isn't really able to comprehend. So let me contextualize a bit for you before Tiffany answers that question. Okay? Yeah. This is a paid interview, paid by Tiffany. She 1000% begged this woman to interview her because she needs the positive press. And she needs the protection from the comments because they would eat her alive. She did all that contextualization to save Tiffany. That's what she did.
So you should ask her, why is her husband stalking me? while I'm in court with her husband stalking me at Hooters. Come in the window, to the window, peeping Tom stuff. Like, this is what I'm dealing with. You got all them haters on there. That's all haters. I can tell you every last one of them. That's why I say, so when I
what
talk,
she's
I do want to
referring
talk.
to is, right, let me break it down. Superman can see the names, right? And she's correlating some of the experiences. And I want you to answer, because we talked about this real briefly before we go to break. Andrew Holmes was in play before you got there, correct?
He was already a trustee.
That's what I mean.
He came in with Riley Rogers as a trustee.
Riley Rogers was the mayor when you were installed as a trustee.
Mm-hmm.
So he was already there.
Mm-hmm.
And then the pressing question is clear. Why retain him and then you clip her? We could talk about that on the other side if you're able to. But at the end of the day, I want to contextualize. At times in America, we will pursue as though folks are guilty before they're proven innocent. And until that man is proven guilty, I want us to contextualize what allegedly means. And it's not to dismiss that young lady, I promise you. But it is to bring some equity to the space of what the seriousness of the nature is, and then how you are in the middle of it, per usual, Superman. So when we come back, she'll answer that. And then I gotta let her go, y'all. She gotta go to work. She gotta go knock some doors. And she gotta go try to earn support where she can, because she's not backing down. She said she ain't quit. I asked a hard question. Y'all gonna have to fire her when we come back.
Yeah, you got all them haters on. That's all I said. We doing
So,
interviews, but it's all haters.
But it's, let me say it like this. I think that's good for you.
The haters?
No.
I do not entertain them
No,
at all. They are
let
none
me
factor
finish.
in my
Let me
world.
finish what I'm saying. When I say I think that's good for you, I don't think that she's against, but she okay, well, even if
And that's pretty much it, folks, man. Them comments get to her. Did you see how she put those headsets down? She said, I don't like how y'all got all the haters. You got all the haters over there. We trying to have an interview and y'all got all the haters. Y'all got all the haters over there. That's bullshit. You know, nothing against you, but you got all the haters talking all that shit. I don't even. Tiffany, welcome to the real world. You popped out of that bubble of fake love that you have from your big bingo people, and you have now entered the big world where everybody doesn't like you because you're a piece of shit. And now she's mad because all the haters. Nobody's hating on you. Nobody wants to be you. Nobody. I'll take my little channel over your $200,000 a year any fucking day of the century. Okay, just saying. But anyways, folks, I love you guys. Stay inside, stay safe. We're going to come back with some more content. I just wanted to do a shorter video for those who didn't see the live stream. If you guys do want to see the entire interview, go ahead and check out my live stream. It's open for everybody because it was too good to put on private. Go check that shit out. But until then, folks, I'm going to see y'all later.